Hello, it's a very jet-lagged Caitlin coming at you back in my apartment in Brooklyn, baby. Sean is currently meditating, so I will give you the lowdown on what's coming next. Basically, this month we really want to focus on, now that Edinburgh is over, beefing up this podcast. So we're going to add all the episodes to YouTube. We're going to add a bunch of video clips on our Instagram and other fun things that we're posting on there. So follow us there, like and subscribe, all that nonsense. That is nonsense to you, but actually really helps us, so do it. Also, upcoming shows. For the most part, Sean and I are going to be doing shows in New York throughout the month. I know he's at the Stand and Cellar throughout this week. We're also doing Carmen Legala's show at Phil's Bar on Thursday. But in terms of bigger shows, Sean will be at Salt Lake City September 13th and 14th, and on the 15th, he'll be in Houston, Texas. I am going to be doing a run of my Edinburgh show, my Sellout Edinburgh show, at Theater 80 in Manhattan, which is an 180-seater, which is too big for me. But they had a last-minute dropout, and I really want to do this show big coming back from Edinburgh, so come. Like, tell all your friends to come. Bring strangers to come. I'm really going to fill it out. We haven't settled on the date yet, but it's going to be the weekend of, like, September 19th, 20th, 21st. Also, right before that, on September 18th, Shane Torres, Tom Dakar, Phoebe Bottoms, and myself are starting a show in Bushwick, and David Cross is just confirmed on the lineup today, as well as the found footage guys, Dan Soder, and a bunch of other really cool people. It's going to be sick. So put that down on your calendars, too. That's September 18th. I think that's all for shows right now. We'll continue to update. I want to get to this episode because it's awesome. So let's get to it.
That was our dual impersonation of a slot machine paying off.
That's true. We recorded this episode in Las Vegas.
I mean, it's beautiful. It's sunny. It's hot. It's too hot.
It's too hot. You can't leave the casino.
You can't cross the street. You got to climb stairs and walk over bridges over the street. There's people everywhere. Weed's legal. Everyone wants your money. There's sex workers. They want your money or your weed.
Yes, either or
there's
both.
Shows. There's, hey, it's glitz and glamour. There's the pen. There's the teller. It's all over the place.
Sometimes you put $1 in a slot machine and you win $75, and then you do it again and you lose $150.
Wait, Caitlin, what are those things called?
Slot machines.
Oh, Caitlin, when she first saw a slot machine, goes, I want to play a roulette.
Oh, right.
Was referring to them as roulettes.
I never gambled before.
And now we know why, because you're too good at it. This guest, we love a staple.
Oh, yes.
Not a staple is an understatement. He's a stapler.
Oh.
In the New York comedy scene.
It's very true, especially at the Cellar.
Yeah, he hosts a lot of shows. My favorite host in comedy.
Yeah, he's a great host.
He's my favorite host.
I do really enjoy the
comedy.
back and forths between him and whoever just got on stage.
But he also hosts like a person. Like I feel like a lot of comedians get on stage and because hosting, I don't like it personally because I'm believe it or not, a socially awkward, complete shitbag. But like Wil,
that's why I love you.
There it is. But Wil is not that. But he hosts like you feel like you're just hanging out at this guy's apartment.
It does feel
and
like
these
that.
are his friends that he
feels
thinks
like
are really
he's hosting
funny.
a dinner party, and everyone is hilarious.
And he's a hilarious guy and a friendly dude and jacked as the fuck. He's got abs. He's got a 9-pack.
Yes.
He's got 8 on his stomach and 1 in his pants.
Very true.
Yeah.
Do we talk about that in the episode? I don't know.
Well, if how about this? We're not going to tell you what we're talking about, but if we do talk about it, you'll know what we're talking about.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And this episode is kind of a twofer, not the character in 30 Rock, which is my favorite TV show, but a two for you, because not only does he have a great story that we talk about throughout the episode, but there's also some bonus stories.
Oh, there's a bonus tale at the end. We're not going to tell you who it's about. Okay, we'll tell you what it's about. It's about Patrice O'Neal.
Yeah.
He's got a great Patrice O'Neal story at the end that he told us.
Yeah, and then Sean shares your Patrice O'Neal story, too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have one because I never got to meet him, but I enjoyed listening to these two stories, so you should stick around to the end of the episode. Do it.
Bing, 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 bing.
Oh, it's Wil Sylvince.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We should also say the name.
Also, it's Wil. Enjoy him. Bye.
Wil Sylvince.
Did I tell you about? I didn't know I was black until I was did I tell you my story?
You're like the
No. I mean, not like last month or something. Like,
that would be like Will. That would explain a lot about you. You have been pointing out that you're black a lot lately. It's like, did you just find out?
it was second grade. My mother put us in a cat. Oh, we do have time for this?
No.
Every time you look at your watch,
My shit was vibrating for some weird reason. Yeah.
my
That was my Fitbit listeners was vibrating because this conversation is 10,000 steps. That's why. Wait, no. What did happen in second grade?
So my mother put us in Catholic school, right? All white school. And the main reason why she put us in that school because of religious school. My mother thought religious school they going to want the best. They're going to want blah blah blah. But we was getting bullied every day. Mm-hmm. Every day I was going to come home, we get written up, and my mother would say, "What are you guys doing wrong?" Because it's a Catholic school. They obviously going by the word of God, and then they can't be wrong. What do you, Mom? We ain't do nothing. We ain't do nothing. So my mother went to the school one day with us, and she went to the principal's office. And she had to, sign in.
Right.
And so she goes sign in. She turns around to go sit back with us. And the secretary took a napkin and picked up the pen and threw it in the garbage. And my mother turned around and saw her do that. Just saw her do that.
Racist.
And my mother goes, we didn't know racism back then. Yeah. My mother goes, why you do that? Why you throw it in the garbage? Oh, the pen doesn't work. It stopped working. And my mother went in the garbage, pulled a pen out, and just scribbled. It worked. Oh.
Wow, dude.
So then my mother turned around. We don't know what's going on. Mama turned around. She said, "Let's go." She was like this, "Let's go." And we just stood up and we walked out. We thought we was in so much trouble. So we was the whole way. So we lived about 4 or 5 blocks from the school. So the whole way home, we're thinking, what did we do to that pen? Like we thought we was gonna get a beating for this pen. Like I didn't make
you
it
misbehaved so bad the pen started working again.
Yeah. So we didn't know what's going on. So then my older brother had the guts to, as he was walking, Ma, what happened? And my mother just turned around and went to him like this. She rubbed the back of her hand with her index finger, indicating, but I know what that meant. I thought, me and my little brother thought, we ain't take a shower. We had to wash our ass. So I took a shower today. I don't know what that meant. Like, this means we're dirty. I don't know what that meant. I didn't know. Not that black is dirty, just that.
Yeah. That's insane. That's good race. That's
so my older brother heard us talking like, I took a shower. And my brother was, no. He's the only one that knew at the time.
Right.
It's because we're black. I'm like, oh, we're black? And I go, I think my second brother go, but we're brown. Because this was not, our real skin color is brown. So it was like, black? We're brown. What are they talking about? And then we was like, and then it got quiet, and my mother was like, okay, you're not going to that school no more. And then I think in a week, she put us in public school. Went to that school, everybody looked like us. There was white, black, Spanish, Asian, everybody. And
everybody's pens wrote fine.
I felt more comfortable. Everybody's pens wrote.
That's like some, if there was a racism dealer, the story you just told is like, oh, that's that pure, uncut, hardcore racism shit.
Because of the pen?
That's some like I get the, not I get, but like I've heard the like, there's definitely like, it more than I do, there's definitely racism where it's like, it's just ignorant. It's all ignorant, but that's some like almost lighthearted racism, whereas what you're talking about, it's like, Jesus.
But what I don't get, I still to this very day, I don't see how's that hardcore. Because when I tell people that story, like, why? I'm like, other people, they got called the N-word, they got lynched, they got beat up.
Yeah. Sure. I'm just saying, like, I'm saying there's a hardcore difference between being like, someone being like, well, you're black, you're probably good at sports, right?
Right.
That's like innocent, just ignorant racism versus what you're talking about where it's like, I can't touch a thing that a black person just does. Yeah. That's like, damn, you're a fucking psycho, right? That's uncut, pure racism right there. Jesus. Like that person probably knows someone in the Klan.
But check this out.
Yeah.
We still went to that church every Sunday.
Well, because the Lord don't need no pen. The Lord don't need no ink to write His word.
It was a church that had a Catholic school. The church was on this side and the Catholic school was on this side. So we still went to the church, and I saw some of the kids. Hey, how come you don't come to school no more? Like,
Yeah.
You
'cause you
racist
motherfucker.
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
because you
I
wait.
Where
understand
was
that.
this?
In East New York.
Oh,
East,
okay,
New,
yeah.
oh, East New York, the
That's
one
right
part
when-
of Brooklyn
right
yet to be
when
gentrified.
It was still white.
Still white?
No, when I was going, it was still half white, half black.
Okay.
Mostly white. And as I got like, I was in second grade. Then when I got to the 5th grade, my neighborhood dominantly black and Spanish. It was that one or two white
East New
kids.
York?
Yeah, one or two white
Damn.
kids families refused to leave the neighborhood.
Damn.
And they just stood there like, well, we ain't going nowhere. We know either they would not, they didn't care about racism. They weren't racist, or they were poor. Like, we gotta stay with these N-words.
And now East New York is experiencing like reverse gentrification
No,
because
no,
all the people that got kicked out of the neighborhoods.
No, they're
by
actually
gentrification.
East New York and Brownsville is still black,
Yeah.
Spanish, because white people move in and they move the fuck. Those neighborhoods are two most dangerous neighborhoods in Brooklyn.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Let's go do a show there.
Okay.
Let's go. You know what I mean? Well, no, we were talking about this last night. And Caitlin, you were not part of this conversation. We'll bring you in.
Yeah.
How like growing up in the South, I at times heard what is definitely, I heard like people say the N-word, but in non-negative contexts. And I don't mean like one black person saying it to another person as like a term of endearment. I'll give the example. I'm not going to say N-word. I'm going to say ninja.
Okay.
I like to use ninja in place of it because, it's they share a lot of similarities. Black people and ninjas, both black, and white kids dress up as them for Halloween.
Use another racial slur from another group.
Yeah, just do that. But no, like I've heard, like I've been like in like watching like a Saints game, and heard someone fucking Alvin Kamara scores a touchdown, like God damn that ninja can run, and it's like. They weren't trying to be racist, but they still use the word.
If you're talking about that,
but
if you're talking about that sentence, if you think about slavery when the slaves used to run,
same thing,
that same sentence applies in a negative way back then.
It still does.
It's not good. I'm not saying any of it's good. I'm simply saying it's an interesting fucking thing to hear.
I have a better example.
Where someone's like, wow, you didn't even realize that.
I have a better example. When I did a show at Caroline's a long time ago, this white kid, but he wasn't his hat, but he was into hip hop. Man, oh my God.
South African American. As I like to call.
He goes, man, you're a funny nigga. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. And he apologized immediately because he knew what he said wrong.
Well, yeah,
you still said it.
You should apologize at that moment.
But you know that he drops it. But I'm like, man, don't worry about it. Like I got to the point in my life, and for a long time now, it's words, man. As long as you don't freaking touch me, you don't do nothing that could physically harm me.
Right.
You could, because I believe in freedom of speech. Go ahead, say what you want, dude.
Yeah.
Don't get in my face. But say what you want. We live in this place where we like I feel like some of these liberals, where they stopping us from saying certain words, they're worse than the freaking extreme right.
I agree, Will, and that's why you're my a number one. And right, I just say it right there. That's right. You're my. You heard it here, folks. Wil Sylvince wants you to come. I'm introducing you, by the way.
Oh,
I realize we haven't.
Just hopped in.
This is Wil Sylvince, by the way. All this knowledge,
Sean
all this
Patton.
wisdom.
Yeah.
There's our guest, Wil Sylvince, and he wants you to call him a ninja and not a ninja.
No.
No.
I'm joking.
I'm truly against that word.
Of course, everyone should
my own
be.
vocabulary.
I get why it's a word.
I'm using my own vocabulary. But if you choose, I feel like this with racist people, man. If you want to be racist.
And suffer the consequence.
Yeah, but
I agree.
But we as a people don't support their business, don't support their livelihood. F y'all. But
you could say fuck.
But it's your right to be racist. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you meant. Yeah.
I feel like you can't change someone's idea and their way of life and beliefs from an apology speech. Oh, I said some things I shouldn't have. Oh yeah, you think he's gonna go and love black people? No, he's just doing it so he don't lose his fucking job.
Oh, you're saying I agree with you on this. That because someone makes a public apology, we just forgive them. It's like that's stupid. It doesn't do anything.
That's the dumbest thing.
Anyone can. They have writers that write those fucking things.
Yeah, they didn't even.
But also, like, I agree with you on this. It's like putting laws in place that prevent certain words from being said only makes those words more powerful. And gives now you give these fucks a reason to go start some like underground.
You know what it's
racist,
similar to?
A Ku Klux Klan.
You know what it's similar to?
What?
It's similar to how like how they kept gay people from being in the closet where they can't be themselves. So now these racist people can't be themselves. That's why when Trump came out, they came out the closet like, woohoo, woohoo. But before that, they had to suppress that. Let these people, let them, because the more we know who's racist, two things can happen. Either A, we know where to go, where not to go, or B, we have a chance to educate these people to change their thought.
This is true.
Yeah.
But if we
This
don't
is
know
true.
who you are,
Right.
how we're going, hey, Steve, hey, Bob, hey, and then, nigga.
And if they
But
can't
we
say
won't-
certain
we
words
won't have-
and we don't know, and they're just doing it behind closed doors anyway. Yeah, you're right.
We won't have a chance to
Yeah.
educate them to say and have a one-on-one. Why do you feel like this? Well, why? What make you think? What's the thought process? At least we have a chance to try and change a few, if that's possible. But then be yourself. But then go work for these. But obviously, the main problem is money. America is all about money.
Right.
Because, oh, no, you know why? Because if you let them be themselves and they work for Walmart, then people ain't going to support Walmart. Yeah, motherfucker. But I think black people should not be supporting any of these companies. Take a knee. Not just in the football stadiums.
Yeah.
Take a knee everywhere.
At Walmart.
Take a knee at Walmart.
I'll go take a knee. You heard? Let's go take a knee at Walmart.
Take a
I'll
knee.
gladly go do that.
Or wherever. I'm just saying Walmart is an example, but you know
I'm
what I'm
gonna-
saying?
here's
whoever like doesn't freaking have any kind of or shows any kind of like equal.
No, I know what
Like,
you mean.
Companies that don't,
No one should be supporting Walmart anyway.
I'll take a step
Yeah.
further. Companies that don't do equal pay for women and men, take a knee at those companies.
I mean, also for me specifically, companies that come into cities and shut down entire fucking mom and pop operations that have been in place for decades.
Well, that's a different
that
story
can't compete
now.
with.
Because we live in a country where
I say
where,
shut down.
where,
I hate
where,
that shit
where,
anyway.
where
I shut down Walmart is what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
I hate Walmart.
But
I'm
we
not
live
a fan.
in a country where corporations thrive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the bigger you get, you wanna start buying all these other companies so
Right.
you can be bigger. But we agreed to this. This is what the American dream. The reason why people come here, because the pie, a piece of pie is a bigger pie than where they came from. That makes sense?
Yep. We live in a capitalist society. So
There
we
you
have
go.
That's
to,
what I think, damn it.
Thank
so,
you, Caitlin.
Yeah. So we have to
Caitlin Cook coming in.
show what we support with our wallets because it's the only thing
But
people
that's
listen
different than
That's a good point.
racism,
It is.
bigotry,
Yeah.
or ignorance. You know what I'm saying?
to. Yeah.
I mean, and I'm a fucking hypocrite because I hate Walmart, but I'll shop at Target, and people be like, "No, Target's different." No, it's not. It just sells brands you
They
like
just
more.
didn't get a chance
it's the same
to be as
fucking
big
thing.
as
Target still
Walmart.
comes in,
You know
and
why-
Target's equally as big as
You know
Walmart.
what
I'd
Target
say.
did? Target was like, we should make it 5,000 feet. No, let's keep it 3,000. And then Walmart came out. Oh shit, they made 10,000. We should have lived.
Yeah.
We should.
That's you know what, and that's another thing too. I wish like everyone's a fucking hypocrite. I wish we could all just admit that.
Oh,
We
yeah.
all have hypocritical. I just admitted it, and I'm a hypocrite because I should admit it more than that.
But
even.
maybe you're a hypocrite, not as a whole, but certain things.
But in certain aspects, we all have hypocritical tendencies.
Yeah.
This is true.
Example, I don't believe in abortion, but I believe it's your right to choose. It's a woman's right to. And then look.
Well, you're
if-
pro-choice.
I'm pro-choice, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's still a killing of some sort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you don't think that. But you don't. With that same belief, you are still saying women should still be the ones to choose.
dude,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
women. It's women.
I
like-
think that's the right answer.
Yeah, but we live in a world, and not just
preferably.
America. We live in a world where everybody hates women. A man-built society. Look at the Bible. Every woman in there is a servant, a slave, or a wife. And then even in the beginning, Eve bit the. How do we know for sure she bit the apple? It wasn't Adam, but they put it on her. They put look, this bitch bit the apple and shit.
While he's got his mouth full, the bitch bit up, chewing. What are you doing? Nothing. I didn't.
Because she got swayed by a snake.
I mean,
Women hate snakes.
I don't know how many times I've been around a woman.
You think
And
there's
a
more
snake is-
male snake more males have a snake as a pet, or more females have a snake as a pet?
That was I was about to say. I mean, every one of my cousins that has snakes in an aquarium in their room, where it smells like just pissy.
Or dudes.
It's like no, they're all chicks. All of them. No. I'm from Louisiana. Everybody got a pet water moccasin. Whoo, shit. Why do snakes smell like pissy horse?
I don't know.
Pissy horse.
I'm afraid of-
Pissy horse cotton. That's what I would call it.
I'm afraid of wild animals.
Pissy horse straw.
Yeah, I don't
So-
like snakes.
I had around me. He's like, wait, take it off. But
have you ever been in someone's bedroom who has like snakes or an iguana, and it's like that smell of like
Gross.
barn?
how you
piss.
know it wasn't their balls?
It probably is
Maybe
their
they
fault.
was taking care of their pets so much they had time to take care of their own balls.
I
You ever
know
thought
the
about
difference between smelly ball scent and.
You do?
Yeah, dude. Have
You think every ball has an equal scent?
Are you telling me you've never gotten into an Uber or a Lyft with a guy who's clearly been driving for 7 or 8 hours, sitting on his ass, eating fast food, and it doesn't matter how many pine freshmen, and it's June in New York,
Do you also
and
know-
you don't get that, you get that familiar, like, yep, that's that guy's balls.
Do you also know that?
Yeah,
that
it's great. It's
there's
disgusting. I
There's
know.
two type of drivers.
Look at Caitlin's floor face. Have you experience? You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
though?
but I didn't immediately think balls. I was just like, this is.
But wait a
smelly
minute,
person,
can I
and
tell you
now
something?
Every time.
You know they sell taint spray. You know
What?
your taint. So some drivers spray
Your
in it.
taint or just general?
Taint.
Like,
They took the smell of taint, put it in a bottle, and you can spray.
Will, is this a product you're trying to push on us right now?
Some drivers spray in their car so no one have a conversation with them. I made the whole thing up. I made the whole thing
believed
up.
you. I was like, that is genius.
Yabba dabba doo.
We should that is genius. We should make them all do that.
I was just like, how weird do people have to be to just be like, I don't feel like talking right now.
Someone spray some taint deodorant in my car. Like, oh, I can't even open my mouth to speak.
Gross.
I mean, hey, anyone listening, please do that because I don't like. It's not that I don't like you. I just don't like the talk.
Small talk.
I just
Yeah.
want to fucking
You know,
stare
worst
out the
one.
window. I don't care.
How's the weather? You was outside too, dude.
Yeah.
I just
How you
keep
got
my
in the car?
headphones in playing nothing.
The thing, like, a lot of times, if I'm doing like a late night spot at the Cellar, for example, and it's 2 a.m., I'm gonna get a lift home because it'll be cheap and quick.
But cheaper than Uber. That's
But-
why you say Lyft.
I also Lyft and Delta. Lyft is connected to my Delta. You can do this, by the way. You can connect your Lyft account to your Delta account, and you get miles every time you take a
Oh,
Lyft.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's why I do it.
Also, Uber's supported Trump and lifted.
That's
not.
true.
I mean, there's also
I don't
probably a
think
ton of
Sean
fucking
cares about
businesses that supported
Yes,
Trump
yes, I
that we
know.
still
and
use
we're all
every day.
hypocrites.
Yeah, like
Back to that.
I mean, that's a thing. Like, I don't. You get in that conversation where it's and also like, I'm not saying you, but then there's people who do that where they're like, oh, dude, don't buy that sort of beer. They give money to the Republican Party. I'm like, how do you know that? I just want to know where you heard that. It's not that I don't believe you.
You know what they say?
It's just where did you hear it from?
They go they, but they never say who's they. Yo, they say that.
Oh, yeah.
They say that he do. They say that who's they, dude.
Well, we had that happen with us recently. Like, there's a brand of whiskey called Bullet that we both liked. That someone told us the
Hollis Bullet.
Hollis Bullet,
Yeah.
who is a lesbian, who is the heir to take over the company, was ousted by her family
For coming out of the
for
closet.
coming out of the closet. So we stopped drinking Bullet. And then we told a bartender this one. And they're like, yeah, but didn't you see the part where they apologized and let her back in? And we were like, oh, no, we didn't. So it's like,
And then someone came out and said, "Do you see the part that they only apologized because they were losing money?" So
Yeah,
like,
and someone wrote
Sure.
that apology
sure,
speech.
sure. But she still, from what I've heard, Hollis Bullet is now back in charge of the Bullet Corporation.
Is that real?
Or the Bullet Company. That's what I've heard.
and
Not
what was the reason
corporation, but
behind the
Bullet.
apology?
Money, probably.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm not saying you're
No,
not.
no, no. I'm asking curiosity. Like, well, did they feel?
I don't know.
Either A, they felt really like, no, dude, this is our family. Why would we shut her out and let her back in, or they did get so much heat from people that they let her back in?
I would say that is probably what happened. But that I also don't see a problem with that. Like if you can, if enough people can make idiots like that in charge crumble, then so be it.
Because look
at
at Chick-fil-A. They didn't crumble.
Chick-fil-A stood their ground.
Yeah.
But they also stopped talking about it. They also backed down from
But that's
being
what I'm saying.
vocal
Like
about it.
Chick-fil-A is not a hypocrite, right?
Yeah, and
they still don't support gays.
Yeah, they still don't.
They
and
still
they
don't.
close on Sundays.
And they still they still
and
have
then
a
you eat Chick-fil-A, right?
not as much as I.
But you still, no. You still, yes or no? You,
Oh, yeah, sure.
So there.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
But you won't support Bullet, but you eat Chick-fil-A.
just like all the
know. I've never eaten it, but I still am like patting myself on the back, being like, I don't eat Chick-fil-A. I never ate it. Never eaten it.
yeah.
But I get to be
never
on that
eat, I never eat it because
bandwagon.
I don't eat meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
But
a
also,
vegan.
yeah.
Exactly.
Also, there's a.
Oh, by the way, can I
there's
say
a-
this?
what?
I'm a vegan, but I'm not an asshole. Just put that out there.
We know that. We know that about you, Will.
Yeah.
But no, also Chick-fil-A has a location in Hollywood, and there's probably fucking tons of gay people that eat at it. You know what I mean? Like, it's also because that was their big thing was it's about the locations. They're like, don't think about the corporation. Think about the people who work at the individual locations. And if they
So-
open
so,
if they open one in Hollywood, no one working there is anti-gay.
So you think like Chick-fil-A, like gays going by chicken there is the same way when slaves or free slaves used to go to the white stores and buy and support these racist people is the same. You know what I'm talking about? When
Is it the same thing?
when they free slaves, but
Yeah.
these black people now have to go to these stores with racist white people
Right.
that own these stores to buy
Give
product.
them money, yeah.
So you think gays are buying Chick-fil-A with the same mentality? Hey, what we gonna do?
Could be, but no, not in this day and age. Because I think what you're talking about, slaves back then, there probably weren't when they were able to buy their freedom. They probably also weren't, or when it was the Emancipation Proclamation, or there probably weren't a lot of options yet. Like
yeah.
now, there's a ton of
We're
other
free.
options.
Where's the black store?
Yeah, exactly. Hold on, we got to go open our store quick. I'm saying there's a lot of other options for shitty, delicious food to eat.
So
Than
you
Chick-fil-A.
think gays should open a gay Chick-fil-A?
I don't think. Yes.
I'm
That
sure
w-
they have. And
What
they're
we
I
not
think
call
there
it?
gay.
What
should
would we
be a
call
gay.
it?
I mean,
Phil gay.
Chick-fil gay.
Chick-fil-A.
Dude fillet, or or gay fillet. Gay fillet would work.
You know what? I'm sure that we're going to get hit by listeners with
Is it going? It's going to be as delicious as Chick-fil-A? Probably more delicious.
Probably more
Probably
delicious.
more delicious.
Probably more delicious. When you cook something with love instead of hate, it tastes better. You ever had? I mean, I mean that. Like my dad. Like I can recall times where my dad did all the cooking in the household, where he was like stressed out and pissed off about something that happened at work, and it was like, well, this is garbage. This is garbage.
well, look
but
at-
then times when he was in a good mood, it's like, Dad, this is fucking delicious.
Look at soul food versus the white American food.
Yeah.
No one's so much. Hey, let's go get some white American
Yeah.
food. No, either soul food, Chinese food, Italian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one buy hate food. Does KKK has a restaurant?
And Kyle
This-
Kinane has a wonderful bit
that's
on
a
that.
great
Yeah, you
bit.
should watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does skinheads have a? Oh no.
But I mean, also,
Yeah.
assholes tend does what is the Baptist Church, Westboro Baptist Church? They probably just eat fucking Cheez-Its.
This is why British food is so bad.
There you go. Yeah.
Fish and chips.
But I don't think British food's that bad.
Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. Name a British food.
Fish and chips is delicious. When done well, dude, when you get a big fucking piece of haddock,
With
and some
all,
good chips and some mushy peas,
and the
shit's
fish
great.
is this much is all batter.
Yeah, that's true too. But if you're a fat ass like me, you
Balls.
like that batter. You're like,
Starch
nummy,
and
nummy.
no spice.
Wait, Will. So
Oh, yeah.
bad.
we
Sorry.
brought you on here to tell us a story. Give us some words.
Yeah.
Give us
Hit
your
With
five.
your 5
My
words.
5 words.
Hit us with the 5.
Okay. Communications, health, me, inexperience, real love. Well, real love is 2 words, but real love.
We'll make it one word. Real love. Real love.
Real love.
1 L. Real love.
Got
All right,
it.
repeat those.
Communications, health, me, inexperience, real love.
Okay. Now this story, based on our friendship, Will, this is what I think happened. This was years back when you were actually a professor of communications, right? There was a time many
Because he
people
might
don't-
not look like it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Will is 50.
and Will is also a
He's lived a life.
journeyed man, lived a life. There's a time when he's a professor of communications, and the reason you quit doing that is because it was such a stressful job. It started to deteriorate your health. That's when you gained all that weight. If you don't know this, Will will tell you he used to be 200 pounds heavier than he is.
Yeah.
So,
So he started thinking, I really need to focus on me,
right.
get into a different line of work where I'm not just grading papers all day, being a professor.
Right.
So that's when he started to lose the weight, get into stand-up comedy. He was very inexperienced, though, so he didn't really know what he was doing. And
Realized, however, that this was his real love. So basically, in essence, Will just wanted to tell us a story about how he used to be a communications professor, got too fat doing that,
yeah,
said, I need to focus more on myself, and that's how he got into stand-up, which he loves to this day.
yeah, real love.
Okay.
Now tell us the real story.
Which that was the real story. You can
Yeah.
tell, look at the shock on his face. He's like, how did you guys know?
The real story is, my whole life been. I'm looking for that word.
What word? So one of
Plagued with miscommunications.
Oh, you mean you're bad at communicating? Like you're right now, like how you're bad at
yeah,
communicating.
exactly.
Like
Exactly.
you're showing by example
Yeah.
right now.
meaning not able to communicate verbally, pronouncing my words, mispronouncing my words. That is, not using better words when I speak.
What is the word that would describe all of this?
Miscommunication.
Yeah, it is miscommunication.
But like, so you've had
so
an
it's just
impediment,
like
maybe.
yeah. So I learned another example. The reason why I put health is I miscommunicated health. So this is why I was eating bad. I you take these little things. Oh, as long as you work out, you can eat whatever you want. That's miscommunication. That's a false rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
The
yeah.
real thing is the healthier you eat, the less you have to exercise. So thus when I started communicating better, when I started taking my time to announce my words, I started people started understanding me more. When I started communicating better with myself,
Right.
health-wise, I started eating better. I started reading up on health, watching documentaries, changing myself, changing me. So the whole me is like, oh, I need to communicate better with myself, with the world. We always point the finger at the what's wrong, he's cheating or she's cheating, or this food is. But we never point the finger at ourselves. It's me. I'm the one that's wrong. I need to change.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the world needs to change. The world's going to still be there, but you could change and be a better person to yourself.
Right.
Right. And so
100%.
And so, if you don't do this at an early age, you become inexperienced at changing you. So I had to change me. That's how when I got my first girlfriend, I was inexperienced at communicating.
Right.
I never had a girlfriend before, and then it was real love. Like, this is the first girl I ever really, really fell in love with, and then I lost her through miscommunication.
Now,
it's a circle.
what was the miscommunicate? How is that miscommunication?
Okay, I'll give you an example. This is a real example.
Yeah.
So when she would do something, right?
Right.
You ever had someone do something and you like, they should know, he should know that's wrong. No, they don't know.
They don't. Yeah.
They don't know. So we assume, and so then we put on this not communicate. Now we communicate even less.
Right,
We
right.
get the silent treatment because they should know they shouldn't do that. So now and that person's like, what? Oh, he's not talking. I'm not talking either. So then neither one of us talk, and then for a week or weeks even, we had this freaking tension over some BS. When a little small communication would have just solved everything. And then when we finally figured out, like, oh, that's it? Oh, I thought you knew. You didn't know? I don't know. But the thing is, right, you can't assume someone knows based off it's unfair to put that you should know. We was raised differently. We was raised even if you was raised in the same house, same mother, you twins, it's still your own experience.
Yeah, sure.
It's not. You don't have the right to know what I know. You know what I'm saying? But I should have the right to at least try to communicate it with you.
Right.
And then if you choose to, it's like, I don't give a fuck about your feelings, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, now I should be quiet. Now I should walk away. You know what I'm saying? So my miscommunications with this true love messed up my true love.
Damn,
I'm not sure that makes sense.
No, it did.
And that's Will's story.
Well,
The miscommunication.
communications helped me and experience of real love, and then it came back in full circle with.
Right. I mean, but I think your communication style, it's like a mango salsa, right? It's just different. And
Mango, because I'm from the islands.
Yes. I
love mangoes, right?
I didn't
Mangoes
know.
are
Mangoes,
Yeah.
sugar. I was a big sugar. You ever had sugar cane?
Yeah.
Only about sugar cane, it gets stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was so delicious.
It is very delicious.
So does mango, but I'll still.
Mango is also.
Well, you know what the one common denominator in these, right?
What?
Sugar.
Oh.
But sugar from these
It's a
foods
natural sugar.
is good.
Yeah.
But it's bad when you juice it and just take the sugar out and not the fiber.
Oh,
That is bad.
I'll pound some mango.
Mangoes also get stuck in your teeth.
Yep.
But that's what I'm
I was
saying.
But there's different type of mangoes. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
They the stringy mango, the ones it comes out like a.
There's a ding
almost
dong
like an
mango,
apple.
the bell mango,
Are you making stuff?
the
up?
ding dong mango.
All right.
That because it looks like
Yabba-dabba-doo, right?
Yabba-dabba-doo.
some people call it bell mango, but it looks like it sways from a tree,
And it rings like a bell.
and it makes
a little
and
sound.
the way the leaves
smells
grow
like
on
taint,
it goes
right?
ding 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 ding. It makes a bing, 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 bing. You should know this. Well, you're from the islands. No, the bell mango, the ding dong mango. But no, Why did I say that with such confidence? The ding dong mango. The point is, no. I also think comedians in general and performers, all of us. I think not just comedians. I think probably fucking actors, probably people who give speeches for a living have the same problem. Like motivational speakers, we have to communicate what we're thinking to strangers constantly, and somehow that makes it difficult to communicate in one-on-one situations sometimes. So I think that truthfully, like
I
sometimes
disagree.
you disagree.
Yeah.
I see. For me personally, I spend so much of my life trying to communicate ideas to people I don't know, and I've gotten good at that. But when it's a one-on-one situation, I have a ton of trouble communicating just to one person.
You know another problem with communicating that I had, and I'm sure a lot of people have.
What?
They don't know that it's part of communicating is listening.
Yeah.
So how can you be a good communicator if you're not listening? So
Sure.
as soon as you, sometimes when people used to say something, I would have something to say, and then the rest of the conversation you're saying, I shut it down because I'm trying to hold on to this thing I want to attack you with that you just said, and then as soon as you finish, but then I miss. You could even said something like, I didn't like fat people once, and I'm like, and I got something to say, but then the rest of your conversation was, but you know what, I learned to love fat people. I know that because I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about attacking you, saying that you love fat people, and then boom, and then you like, dude, didn't you hear? I just said I learned to love fat people. It doesn't matter. You still hate fat people.
Now that would be hypocritical of me to hate fat people.
So
As a fat
listening,
person
you
myself.
see, he didn't listen.
I did listen. No, I did listen.
Yeah.
Totally listen.
So listening, I think, is a big part of communication. I don't know what the percentage is. I'm not a mathematician, although I had to take math because I studied electromechanical engineering. So
what kind of engineering?
Electromechanical engineering.
Okay, because the first time you
I
said
know.
you
I
breezed over it.
miscommunicated.
You breezed over a
That's
couple
correct.
syllables.
This how I used to talk. I would just talk, and you figure it out, dude.
Will, you know how I was able to catch that? I was listening. And yes, there was a time where you would talking to Will was just like a wall of syllables. And like, you put the puzzle together.
It's like you do. You put it, and because I had a lazy tongue, I had a speech impediment, a Haitian accent, and also, most importantly, I didn't give a fuck.
Will, do you have a lazy tongue?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What?
This adds up. My Uncle Tommy has a lazy...
This
is why I can communicate with... This is why you and I get along.
You think because I'm black, because I got a lazy tongue?
No,
Black
my
people
uncle... I just said you weren't listening. See? You weren't listening now.
Yo,
my
uncle might be black, though.
I wish. No.
You wish you had a black uncle?
That'd be great. I wish I had a fucking... I wish I had relatives of all races and walks. I wish we all
What,
did.
you running for mayor? What do you mean? I wish everybody was...
Yeah, I mean, running for mayor of my own town where we all have black uncles and Hispanic aunts and white cousins.
Yes.
But my
Asian
Uncle
nephews.
Tommy has a lazy tongue.
Uncle Tommy.
My
how,
Uncle
how
Tommy.
coincidence. Your black uncle.
I did not. Yeah, my black
See,
Uncle
I'm
Tom.
listening.
No, my Uncle Tommy has a lazy tongue, and I used to have to work with him, and I was the only one who could fucking could understand him. Because the way he talk a lot like this. But
So a lazy tongue is you won't move the tongue, right?
it's a physical thing.
Yeah.
It's a physical impediment. Like it's like having a gimp leg or
So I
a
used to
lazy
say-
eye even.
I went to go
Right?
see. It's like lazy. Well, no, because lazy eye you can't fix a lazy
Wait,
eye.
you want to know something real fucked up though?
What?
This is okay. So my Uncle Tommy, I worked with him. My family has a catering company down in New Orleans, right? My Uncle Tommy was he managed all of the equipment because it's a catering company. So there was mobile fryers, mobile grills, all this shit. He was like in charge of keeping them, storing them, cleaning them, and they all had names, right? Each so like that one fryer's name was Bobby. He had a fryer named JP.
Mm-hmm.
He had a grill named Billy, I believe. And we all thought it was hilarious because it was just like how he kept track of everything. When he retired, and my dad was selling off some of that equipment, I was like, "Oh, you're getting rid of old Billy." And my dad told me, he's like, "Those were the names of people who he went to Vietnam with who died." Those were like
So somebody didn't listen.
he never told us that. He never told us
Your
that.
dad knew.
He knew, but he never told us that, and my Uncle Tommy never told us that. We just were like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna move Billy now onto the truck," but it was just like a thing. I'm gonna move JP.
How did that make you feel when you first heard that?
I mean, it was
Take your time.
It-
Take your time.
it was a beautiful sadness.
Sean is crying,
That's
everybody.
how I felt. It was a beautiful sadness because it was like it's such a sad thing, but it was also like that's how he kept the memory of his.
How old were you at that point?
like 16, 17.
So what did the Vietnam War mean to you at that age? Did you care? Did you know about it? Or was it like
Did
that
I?
thing?
No, I didn't know. I had no clue. I was like, Dad, what was the Vietnam War?
No, meaning
Nah.
meaning like sometimes it's the things that's so distant. Like, oh man, that was.
I mean, it meant as much to me as a fucking 17-year-old growing up in Chalmette, Louisiana, could mean. You know what I mean? It was
I
like
don't know what that means.
it meant like I of course knew it existed. I knew 3 of my uncles were in it.
Right.
And I knew it sucked, and I knew America lost.
And
but
so
I
when
mean,
your uncle dropped that jewel,
he didn't. My dad told me. My uncle retired.
Oh,
This is
shoot.
when my uncle retired.
so did you go see your uncle and speak about Billy and Steve and Frank?
No, he retired and moved to the fucking woods.
So you never talked to him about the grills?
No, it's
about
like
the mobile.
that was a thing of like that's no.
That's an amazing story.
I know, but my dad was like he had a rough time over there.
So-
This is how he coped
Oh,
with it.
before I forget, I was
Yeah.
talking about lazy eye you can't fix.
Yeah.
I went to go see a speech
Speech
Oh,
therapist.
no.
A speech therapist.
Wait,
Speech therapist.
Hold on,
Yes.
Will, really quick. As someone with a lazy tongue, have you picked up on the fact that Caitlin has a?
Oh, I have a lisp. I also went
lisp?
to see
Yeah,
a
yeah, I
speech
knew that.
therapist
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, but
Wait, Caitlin, did you go see a
it's like a
speech therapist.
it's like the kettle calling black. The cat calling kettle black. Wait, what's that expression?
That's the kettle. Like that's the pot
Pot.
calling
To
the kettle
pot.
black.
Thank you. The
Yeah.
pot calling kettle black.
Yeah. But do you know what that? What? How are you using it right now?
Because I have a speech impediment.
Yeah.
Why would I point her?
Yeah.
Like you got a list, motherfucker.
Oh no, I
You
was just
got-
saying. I was just
You got a
asking.
list for and shit. Only one person here can have a speech impediment.
That is the pot calling the kettle. Wait, you can't. You don't lisp with black.
No.
Black.
Black.
Black. Or stuttering.
Flat.
That is the pot stuttering to call the kettle black.
Oh yeah. So but back on point. I went to go see a speech therapist.
Yeah.
Speech therapist.
There you go.
Obviously not very good if you can't even pronounce
I
the
should
name
get my
of the
money back.
title of the job.
So I realized all my THs, I was saying like that, but it's that, the.
Oh, interesting.
There. I'm like, that takes a long. I ain't got time, bitch. I got places to go.
I got to go make sure the pen's right.
But I said, I told her, I said, but I'm saying that. You get it right. She said, yes, but the proper way is that. But when I say that,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, right? And is there another word that sounds like that?
Who dat? That's a phrase. That's a phrase. It's a New Orleans Saints battle cry. Another word that says like dat, at, fat.
Well, that.
Dad.
We don't use that.
Yeah.
You know what cassette tapes and dats, DAT?
Oh, I don't. Oh,
But
Yeah.
if I say, yo, go look at that, I'm not just saying look at cassette,
that,
look at
'cause-
video, look at that. I'm look at that. Okay, I'll say look at that.
That.
So but the,
It
by the
is
way,
weird
when I
coming-
first
Maybe
said
you
it,
just gave me all your THs and
when
then you kept the Ds.
yes,
Yeah.
when I first said it, right, my tongue was vibrating on my teeth. It felt funny. It felt like my teeth was gonna fall out my mouth. And I'm like, maybe this is why I never pronounced the because it felt like my teeth was gonna fall out my mouth. But then I kept doing it, and I got used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, right now it does bother my ear a little bit. Keep going. No, to your air vibrate. To your inner ear vibrate. You feel your inner ear vibrating?
no.
You do it enough like I am.
This is my favorite part of the podcast.
You see, my inner ears are vibrating, and I think that's why I never did it, and this is why caused my lazy tongue, because I have a low threshold for pain.
What? Will, this should be your.
Wait, there's no
fan-based-
TH in threshold, right?
Yeah,
Thresh.
there is, but
Thresh.
it's pronounced weird.
Oh, and then some
Threshold.
TH words, you don't pronounce it.
Yeah.
You just say
Yeah.
Well, threshold definitely.
threshold.
You should say it again. You're nailing it.
Threshold, yeah.
I think your fan base should make that sound when you walk on stage. They should all go. Call them the bees. You hear the bumbling of the bees?
No, because they're going to mix me up with Beyonce.
What do they do?
The
Beehive.
The beehive.
That's what.
You guys are like perfect for each other.
Wait.
You're balanced.
Beyonce-
She covers the local and you cover the state.
They
Yeah.
call the Beyonce fan base called the Beehive.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. But the Wu-Tang already had Killer Bee. Well, I guess that's different.
Yeah, but their bees are not as killer as Beyonce's beehive.
Oh, yeah.
They are worse than the.
Yeah, the Beehive.
did you
The
see
Beehive's
that
probably way bigger than the.
You heard about what
Recent
happened?
article.
No, what happened?
There was
Jay-Z,
like, yeah.
Beyonce, and some rich dude's wife. Right? Jay-Z was here. Beyonce was in the middle.
Right.
And the rich wife was on the side of Beyonce.
Right.
And she was talking to Jay, like leaning over. Move, Beyonce. Jay-Z, what you want to drink? And from Beyonce's face, you just saw the disgust, like, move, bitch, move. This is my man. So Beyonce, it was a split second where they captured her Beyonce's disgust, and the Beehive attacked that lady, sent her death threats, all this shit, to the point where Beyonce's PR publicist had to, hey y'all, chill, chill.
Yeah, it's fine. It's crazy.
Imagine you had.
Yeah, it's if Beyonce turns heel, it's going to be real scary.
What do you
Like
mean?
if she decides to, if she goes Daenerys.
Imagine you had.
If she becomes evil.
Imagine your fan base, the Bears, right?
The Bears. I love the Bears.
They just freaking.
Just a bunch of gay dudes. It's a bunch of big burly gay dudes.
I'm not talking about gay like that, but I'm talking about.
I want a fan base.
Your
big,
fan base
hairy
is
gay
Bears,
dudes.
and then every time you get a scuff with someone, they attack that person, and they leave a bear mark, a freaking emoticon on their page. And they shut their page down with freaking. And they go to their Yelp review and give them bad, and they Yelp reviews go from 80 to a freaking 17.
It's like I'm all about being a fan of people's shit and liking their art, but like the level at which some people are fans of Beyonce is
it's called a stan.
What?
When you really are a super fan of somebody, you're a stan.
Oh, they got that from Eminem.
Yeah, they did.
You know Eminem?
Oh yeah, the song "Stand." Yeah. But like I like that. But that's so frightening that I'm hesitant to even continue saying it out of the fear that some Beyonce fan will hear this and be like and attack me for just being like, hey, some people are really into some artists. So I'm like, what? Yeah. So what? My level of fandom? You think I'm too much of a fan? I'm like, you're proving it right now. You're proving it right now.
What they will say is, what you said about Beyonce?
Yeah.
Huh?
Nothing. I think Beyonce is wonderful. I think some of her fans are fucking lunatics. There you go. That's what I'm saying.
I've never understood being that much of a fan of a person.
Well,
it's because
have
they
you guys
have
ever been a fan
insecurity.
of something like that?
Is it insecurity? Or
I think it's people who.
Okay, who's the favorite thing you like in life?
Yeah.
Whether it's a person, a thing, or a place. What's the number one thing you love so much?
Me, myself, right now. This is the headspace.
Outside of that, outside of your dome.
This is the headspace I'm trying to get into because I'm trying to be more positive about me.
No, that's great.
I should do the same thing.
See, that's the thing. I don't have one thing that I don't have a Beyonce.
Because most of us, we love so many things.
I love
you know, equally or more or less, whatever.
I just feel like love someone's shit. Buy their stuff, go see them live. But when you get to that point where you're willing to make death threats on behalf of a look that you have no clue, like that camera might just have caught the moment. It could have been a completely different situation. They could have been best friends, and that woman could have been like, oh my God, Beyonce, Jay-Z, did you hear what happened to me yesterday? And Beyonce could have been reacting like, oh my God, this poor woman, what she's going through. And that could have been the fucking misinterpreted.
Better yet, that look she had is the same look. You ever have like a fart, you try to sneak it out?
I was about to say.
But you don't want to get up.
Beyonce might have been
you
farting.
Because people, when they see you that little lean, they're like, oh, this motherfucker about to fart. So your face do the lean for you, like,
She might have.
I really hope we get some
probably
crazy
had a fart.
Beehive stands being like, Beyonce doesn't fart. She's perfect.
And if Beyonce does fart, they should just remix it and make it a track.
Oh my God!
And it'll be on Billboard for 30 weeks.
And when she farts, she go bzzz.
That's a perfect moment.
That's a good moment to end it.
Wil Sylvince, where can we find you?
WilSylvince.com or at Wil Sylvince on Instagram and Twitter.
Will
is
spelled with one
also
L.
my film. You know about my film I'm working on. We're raising money to shoot I Am Maurice.
The trailer's online, right?
The trailer's online. Go to GoFundMe.com/I Am Maurice. You want me to tell you about it?
Please tell us about it.
About a Haitian boxer that come from Haiti to pursue his love for boxing in America. And it's more about his fight outside the ring and inside the ring. So, but this story is basically anybody's story who's passionate about something. So take boxing out. You could be a comedian, you could be an actor, you could be an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. But when you love something so much that you're willing to fight and work hard for it. And that's what this story is about.
Right.
Cool.
I Am Maurice in 5 words would be...
And can I tell you why I Am Maurice?
Yeah.
I Am Maurice. So every character in the film come from my life. That makes sense?
Okay.
So Maurice is my dad's name. And my dad, similar to Maurice in character, he came from Haiti, and my dad bust his ass to be an engineer. Patrice in the film is my real life best friend that passed away, Patrice O'Neal.
Mm-hmm.
The love interest was my very first girlfriend I ever had.
The one from the story? Real love?
In the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And from the story.
Yeah.
The antagonist was my first bully I ever had in the 7th grade.
Dude,
And then
I mean, keep going. This is all just
Yeah.
yeah.
so it's all these people that in my life I just pull all together to make this story about.
I've seen the trailer, and you sent me the
I'm
script,
excited.
and I still have to finish reading the script.
Don't read it. We got to update the version.
Okay, but all I can say is 5 words about Maurice would be help make this fucking movie. It's going to be great.
Is that 5
yeah.
words?
Yeah.
Oh.
And secondly, watch the trailer. It's amazing, and it should be fucking made. The trailer's amazing.
Thank you, man.
And the trailer, and they made the trailer without making the movie first, so that's just an indication of the style of filmmaking you and your guy are going to make. It's going to be great. But did I ever tell you my one and only Patrice O'Neal story?
No, go ahead.
I've only ever had one interaction with Patrice. It was at a club called Comics when it was still open in New York on 14th and 9th, and it was a fucking St. Patrick's Day show where Sean Donnelly was hosting. I don't remember who else was on it. I was on it, but Patrice O'Neal was headlining because it was St. Patrick's Day, and that was the big gimmick was O'Neal. He's clearly Irish. Right?
That's hilarious.
But I remember we're backstage, and Patrice is just in that little back room holding court, right? Just fucking being Patrice.
In the green room,
In the green room. And, like, if you've ever been around Patrice, it really is like being around, like, a magical creature. Like, he just fucking, he was so funny.
He's like
so
a
quick.
unicorn and a dragon together.
Even when he didn't talk, it was still... It was still powerful.
Yeah,
Even him just sitting there was like such a powerful presence. And I remember he was backstage. Jim Jeffries. This was in 2010.
Damn.
So this was before Jim
right
Jeffries
before he
was Jim.
died.
Yeah, this was before Jim Jeffries was Jim Jeffries.
What month? Do you remember the month?
It was St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
March.
So Jim Jeffries is back there. He just dropped in to watch the show, and Patrice is asking Jim how much money he would have to pay Jim for Jim to quit doing stand-up. Just giving him shit. Just being Patrice. He's like, how much money would it take for you to quit? $1 million? I'll give you $1 million. Just fucking, it's fucking hilarious because Jim's just like, I don't know. I don't want to quit. And Patrice is like, but how much? And I'm just being quiet. Because I'm just like, I'm in the presence.
Well, because you didn't want the Patrice's rage on you, or
I just didn't want him to even know I was there. I was like, if he's because I kind of knew who Jim was then. I'm like, and if he's just fucking with Jim like this, he would tear me to pieces. And in the green room at Comics, they had a big ass TV and the sound. So it was almost like you were sitting in a soundproof booth in the audience because you could hear and see what the comedian on stage. And the 2 comedians who went up before me, Patrice would just occasionally be like, whatever. Or he would be like, man, that's the 13th person this year I heard do that bit. Or he would just be like, oh, I don't know, that ain't that funny. Like he would just take a minute.
Thing with an elk.
Or that's yes. Yeah, that sound go, elk. Okay. And it was just like, he was just tearing apart everyone. And some people he was like, oh yeah, I like them. But he was just and I was like, Jesus Christ, so he's gonna, well, okay. And I went on stage being like, well, Patrice is probably gonna hate this, but fuck it, I gotta do what I gotta do. And I did my set, and then I just went. I didn't go backstage. I went into the bar, got a drink, and then watched his set, which was, if you ever saw Patrice live, it was again just like, that's fucking amazing, like almost like watching an eclipse happen. It was just something, wow. And then I'm back at the bar, and I go to get another drink. I order it, and then when they bring it to me, when I go to pay for it, the bartender just goes, no, it's okay. They pay. He goes, and he's pointing at Patrice, who was down at the end of the bar, who I didn't see there. And I look, and Patrice just gave me like a one heads up, and I was like, oh, like he paid for my drink. And I was like, oh, and I just gave it back, and that was it. So I was like, damn, I think he liked my set.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it was like one moment of like, it was my one and only interaction with him.
Yeah.
And
Patrice
like,
definitely liked your set. I'm not just saying that to be saying that because I know, like, he doesn't just buy drinks like that, but it was a way of like, oh shit, that guy was funny as shit.
You see, this is how amazing Patrice was. Even in telling a story about him, a guy who is dead, I'm still nervous as hell that his presence is just like, you know what I'm saying? His presence is that powerful.
I don't think I've ever told anybody this story. It's going to be a first on your podcast.
Do it.
Yes.
You're hearing it here first, exclusive.
I'm not sure if it's a good story. It's good at that story, but It was Patrice's birthday, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, I gotta do something for him because this guy, he get, So I got him a gift card. What's the video game store? EB.
Oh, EA Sports or EA?
No, not
no,
EB.
I know what you're talking about.
It's a most famous video game store in the malls, right?
All right. Yeah.
So I gave him a $1,000. Got him a $1,000 gift card.
Yeah.
And he opens up. He said, "Dude, you didn't. Wow." I'm like, "Dude, man, you give me so much advice. You cursed me out when I needed. You know what I'm saying? Also, when you're wrong, when I prove you're wrong, you admit it, and you're not ashamed to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I learned so much from you, man. $1,000. Dude, if I could give you more, I'd give you more." Right? He said, "Damn." And then he goes, I said, dude, go ahead, whatever. He said, and I said, if you want, let's go tomorrow. Let's go to the game store. We go, use it up and go, use it up. So we go to the game store the next day. Oh shit, we go.
That's Will's story.
It's scam.
Timer.
Scam calling me.
Oh.
So we go to the game store the next day, and then like a kid at Toys R Us, he's just pulling all these video games out. He's getting games that he would never play. I'm like, well, you don't play that? I'm playing it today because my friend hooked me up, and he's just getting these games and stuff. He gets to the counter, and the guy goes, he rings it up. All right, it's $700. It's $790. Give me a gift card, okay, and then the balance is $740. And he go, the card is it's only $50 on the card. And I started laughing. He go, "What?" And he's like, "Motherfucker."
Oh, is it just a prank?
It was a prank.
Yeah, you cruel mother, you cruel bastard.
So there was a hot girl behind it. So instead of taking all the games back and put it back, he paid for it.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious, dude.
He go, "You mother." And he said, "I was going to put it back, but that hot girl was looking at me and smiling, so I just paid for it."
Oh, damn. You just got Sylvinced, bro.
Well, I didn't think he was going to buy $700 worth of video games.
Oh
I just going to buy, buy some now, 1 or 2 games now stuff. I just going so, but when we got home, I gave him $300 cash in an envelope, that was a real gift.
That's
but that was
so
a prank.
funny.
But so he only spent $440 on video games. Oh, thanks, Will.
But at that moment, though,
Yeah.
I wish we had cameras back then. I think this was 2004 or 3, whatever. I wish we had cameras back then to capture his look, his fucking look, priceless. when the guy goes $740.
Oh, there you go.
No, the card.
Oh my
That's-
Yes,
God.
sir. It's $50 on the card.
That is fucking hilarious.
And I was laughing. Right, I was like, and so when he turned, he knew that it was a prank.
That's hilarious, dude.
And so he said he was going to do the same thing, I think, to Rich Voss.
Oh, yeah.
Because Rich Voss, I think, was getting married. So this will tell you what year it was when Rich Voss was supposed to get married. And he said going to do the same thing, but then he said he couldn't do it because Bonnie might get mad.
Bonnie is terrifying when she's angry.
Yeah.
So Wil Sylvince, if he pranks you, he'll still put up 30% on it. Hey, dude, thank you for fucking
thank
sharing
you.
that. That's an amazing story.
Thanks, man.
And
Thanks for
thank
having
you for
me.
coming. Wil Sylvince, check him out. I am Maurice. What's the Kickstarter again?
GoFundMe.com/
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe.com/ I am Maurice. MAURIC.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
You see how I didn't pronounce CE? I said CE. MAURICE.
There you go.
There it is.
All right. Bye-bye. Who the hell put an S in lisp? What a fucking monster. It's hard enough to speak without the letter that you struggle with being a part of the name for your disorder. And on that note, speech therapist and speech pathologist are also really hard words to say, especially if you're in the need of their service.